I guess they get packed and head out the next day.
The next day, after at least a half a night's sleep. Yes. What time is the party leaving Waterdeep? And I'm going to go ahead and pull up the map.
As soon as they open the gates, I don't know. We're waiting
like mid-morning, right after breakfast.
Let's see. I think it's the Sword Coast.
Stocked up on foodstuffs and like had a nice, good, hearty, and expensive breakfast. Like a richer breakfast than Krita's probably ever had. You see, this is a thing called gravy. Now you're in human lands. Humans put gravy on fucking everything, and I know it looks like a pile of sick, but it's delicious.
Calder, gravy is literally just grease with starch in it. I think everybody makes a type of gravy.
Bacon grease.
It doesn't have to be bacon grease to make.
Yeah, Echo just looks at him like, you never had turkey gravy?
Yeah.
Calder, have you ever cooked anything in your life?
No, I haven't. No, I have paid people for that.
Does Calder not ever cook like at the camp? Is that
no? Calder would have never cooked at the camp.
Fair enough. Maybe he tried once, and everyone's like, "Yeah, it's better that he doesn't try again."
Yeah, he tried. He like thought about it, and we looked at him. We saw the look in his eyes, and went, "No."
It was when he started picking up raw ingredients and asked what they were.
No.
And trying to eat them because he thought they were done.
Yeah.
So
this is a man who would attempt to pan fry a grapefruit because he didn't know how to cook it.
Yep.
He is a noble.
Calder has many fine qualities.
He can cook enemies just fine.
Yeah, that's easy. If the job was cooking my opponents.
I'm about to overwhelm all of you with a very large image.
Yay.
Yeah.
So Waterdeep is along the Sword Coast. And I'm going to back up really quick. Now, tell me a little bit, and again, remembering that there are folks here that have not watched up to this point, tell me what is the aim of this party? Where are you going and why? Let's start with Gale.
We are heading towards Silvery Moon because that is about the neighborhood where I've been calling it Casa de Hyacinth, but Hyacinth actually has a last name which the estate would probably actually be named after, right?
Durashad. It's Durashad.
The estate of the Durashad.
Which is over here to the northeast of the Evermoors. And yeah, close to Silvery Moon. I have marked it on the map.
Indeed.
Shouldn't we ask Meepo to come?
Meepo is at the Sunless Citadel. That is a bit out of our way.
I mean, right before we leave town, maybe we can send a runner. But,
we could send a runner.
Once you know where the Sunless Citadel is, it's not tough to find.
Yeah.
It was hard to find because nobody had just stumbled over that particular spot yet.
Yeah, it's just going to be an unusual set of mail instructions. Okay, you need to go to this town. In the person to the town? No. You need to go outside of town towards the horrible crevasse. Once inside the horrible crevasse, go down, use the rope, climb down into it, and try to get past the spiders and the monsters. Once past the spiders and the monsters, you will meet kobolds. Say you come in peace, show them the seal, and say that you need to speak with Meepo.
Echo will throw gold towards that.
How much do you think is a fair price for a courier that is going down a crevice? It's not made of ice. I'm pretty sure that's the difference. What are you paying this guy to do this? We're gonna say this is almost like a low-level adventurer at this point. What you are now the quest giver. How much? What are you offering?
Echo can throw 25 gold at this.
It's more than I was intending on dedicated to the past.
25 gold, oh golly, oh gee, oh whiz, that's amazing. I didn't expect to make that much on my very first adventure. Oh, I'm so excited.
I take the dude's
Just
hand
doomed
and
this child.
say a quick prayer to Tamora to like at least let the luck be on his side.
He goes away.
Remember, you are
Get
not
an
there to
animal
kill
messenger.
kobolds.
We could have gotten something that flies.
He goes away
It's
playing
tabaxi, super fast.
playing a jaunty tune on a recorder.
Oh Lord.
10 silver says that boy dies.
I hope not. He's carrying our message. Maybe
I
we should send a second message.
I believe our message will get there. I'm just betting that he'll die in the Sunless Citadel, and then a kobold will find his corpse with a letter to Meepo.
I believe in him. In fact, we should name him so that we care about it.
He doesn't have a name?
I have nothing. Give me a name.
People are you?
Dream.
I'm sorry?
His name is Dream. Look, it's gonna be my
Dream.
alt character.
His name is Dream. Excellent.
Grable.
Excellent.
Dream the Tabaxi has been sent on a
Too
delivery
good.
quest. All right,
A
25
jaunty,
gold.
happy tabaxi.
Wow.
His name
Okay.
is not Puss in Boots.
I love this game, guys. Okay. Folks. So we have so what time are we leaving the city of Waterdeep? And in what style are we traveling?
Like 10 a.m. Horse drive. I have my carriage and my horse still.
Yeah, that's how we got down there.
Yeah, totally. Okay, that makes sense.
I'm sure
Who's
it'll
driving
fit,
it?
like
Yeah,
I'm sure it'll fit all
who's
of us.
driving the
I mean, didn't
He had a
Barnabas
driver.
used to drive this when you guys first hired him before the Sunless Citadel?
Actually, Hyacinth used to drive it because Hyacinth was the only one with land vehicle proficiency.
Right.
No, like Calder was the one driving it on the way here because it's his, but he doesn't have proficiency in it or anything. That's probably what I'm probably gonna have to get as my proficiency next time.
You are unlikely to be doing Fast and the Furious style stunts in this carriage, but you can make it go. Like, that's not a problem.
Yeah, and we're
Note to
traveling along roads.
Note to self: next feat, ritual magic. Get an unseen servant to do this.
Oh, if only we knew a wizard.
If only we knew a wizard.
Wizard. Yeah.
So
Anyway,
the journey, so horse and carriage, no problem. The journey, if you're heading to Chateau Hyacinth, which also works with the acronym, you're going to be traveling north along the long road at least until probably Tribor.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Tribor.
So let's start by saying the road between Waterdeep and Amphale is extremely safe. You encounter land patrols every few hours. You see griffins circling in the sky. Once you get out past Amphale, it gets a little bit less, right? Griffins can only fly so far. There are still patrols out there, but they become fewer and further between. And as we move north, and we'll figure out like time in a bit. As you move north towards this hilly area where the name Long Road ends, you notice something with your passive perception that causes you to sort of stop and take a look around. So I need an active perception check from each of you, please and thank you.
let me get this giant map out of my way.
I literally just did the same thing on stream, so, that's fair.
Wah, wah.
So I'm just gonna get rid of the map.
The
I know what
in-game
it looks
equivalent
like.
of doing this to a
sure, I've had a long rest.
cobweb.
Well,
Hey.
I'm doing fine.
I'm doing better than my last roll.
I am very fucking perceptive. Thank you.
So we'll start at the bottom. What is the bottom currently? Echo.
Mhm.
You're probably in the carriage.
Yeah, I'm in the carriage with Barnabas. Like, come on, play I Spy with me. Play I Spy with me. Come on. There's nothing else to do.
There is a dragon chest set back there.
Calder.
There's nothing else to do.
Calder, you notice that there is there are cart tracks that have veered off the road and kind of into a ravine. Not a big ravine, but like a small little ditch.
That will get like a tap to the back lot saying like eyes up, attention. We have something weird happening.
Kreetha,
Kreetha.
you
Kreetha, who is on top of Stinky, who's on top of the carriage.
Yep, makes sense to me.
Kreetha
Reasonable.
actually hears the sounds of combat. Like you suddenly look around, you see the same marks that Calder sees. You see that something veered off to the right and fell into this large ditch, but you hear active combat happening like right now. What do you do?
I'm gonna have Stinky jump down, and we're obviously in motion, but Stinky's pretty good at this kind of thing. So he's going to jump down, and I'm going to head towards it, but I'm going to see here. Yeah, I'm going to head towards it with a this way or something like that. Like she
How does Echo react once the alarm has been raised?
He's going to open the. I'm saying that the carriage window's open, and he's going to like pull himself through it and like push off the carriage and like go sprinting off after Kreetha.
And then Calder, you noticed it. How are you responding?
We'll stop at the section of the road where it veered off, and like look down we'll look down the path. He'll look over to Barnabas in the back. Watch the staff.
He nods, pulls his axe,
and Calder will hop off the cart to dash down to the sound of combat.
So, what you see, first off, Kreetha, you clearly hear the words, "You should have just given up." And then you see, as you sort of crest the ridge into the gulch, you see a great axe from behind as a humanoid person lifts a great axe that is like sparking with electricity and brings it down on a creature in front of it that you can't quite make out, that stops moving fairly quickly. Why don't you describe your character, please?
What time of day is it? First of all, let's start with that.
Kind of. Where are we on the road?
We're gonna say that it is mid-afternoon when this happens. I don't know if it's the same day or the next day. It depends on scaling. We'll figure that out later. But mid-afternoon.
Yeah.
Mid-afternoon. Okay. So in the like afternoon light, the faint like blue greenish of electricity that has like just enough red in it that it looks weird of the axe swing illuminates the like this face that is like relatively wide set, square jawed. There's like bright blue eyes that you don't notice until the figure like looks up. In the swing, there's like, it's very like powerful. You can see a very large kind of like a crossbow, but without that like the crossbar for it strapped across their back, and they look like bloody, like they have blood on them. They have like very obvious like bleeding scars and stuff, and like the ponytail that their dark hair is pulled back into reveals like kind of short, almost half orc shaped ears, as they just like let the swing fall and then just like kind of like collapse a little bit, not from like wounds or anything, but like finally it's done. And then behind them, a very, very large wolf appears, and you can see the shine on it that indicates to you that it's like metal. It looks like it might have been made like partially out of swords, but it is a very large wolf. And actually, I got little pictures. First of all, our wolf friend. So cute.
I love
Amazing.
that expression.
And
I've
of
seen it
course
for all
the
of 12 seconds and would die to protect it.
Listen, I love him.
I do too. What do you do? I'm gonna say Kreetha was the first there because Stinky is fast and can jump. So I'm gonna say we're not gonna do any sort of initiative unless you all want to get into combat. Kreetha, you get there first. What's your response to this? Yes, the moment that this person is finished, they turn to you and you see those sort of glowing blue eyes. What do you do?
Stinky stops dead, all of his kind of fat kind of jiggling for a moment, and she's just like, "Oh, are you done? Do you need assistance? I don't think so. Hi, we heard the sound of fighting from the road.
And now other folks. Oh no, go ahead, Em.
Yep.
And now, yeah, Calder and Echo first because Monk, and then Calder will begin to crest the ridge, and we'll see this person just trying to catch their breath.
Has Echo ever seen anybody like this person? Like, do you look elvish? Do you look half-orc-ish? Or is it hard to tell?
It is a little bit hard to tell. They're like their skin very similar to pictures, very like darker skin. It has like I said, like pointed ears. They're a little bit like cut, not like furry, but in that way where like you know how cats' ears have like those like little cuts in them, like that. And then like they have like incredibly like they have a lot of body hair going on, and they're big. Like you're far enough away that you don't notice how big they are, but in them like they're large, like not large size, but like large.
Top end of medium.
They're like they're close-ish to almost 7 feet tall.
Are we talking like Andre the Giant or large? Like
No, I think Andre the Giant would count as a large size creature.
Yeah, probably. You're right.
God, I'm on
That's
Stinky.
true. That's true.
So Echo runs up, looks this character up and down, doesn't recognize the type of humanoid they are, and goes,
"Yeah,
are you okay?" Like gesturing to all the blood.
You actually, some of it, it's not all mine. Some of it's mine, but not all of it. It should be fine though.
Who's the unlucky bastard under the, like, just pointing to the corpse under the axe? Who's that?
Oh, someone who deserved it. And like she like pulls the axe out of them and goes and then just like kind of just like starts whacking pieces off, just in case if someone wants to bring them back for some reason.
Just chopping the corpse up.
We don't know anybody who would bring a corpse back to life.
Just in case.
Well, not currently, no.
There, it's.
Can we do anything to help you? I mean, I'm not good at chopping like that, but you know, if you are hurt, Echo, can you do the thing you learned?
Yeah, no, I could help with some of that bleeding over there, but you know what? Finish what you're doing first. No rush.
Okay, yeah.
I like your big metal dog. He's no frog, but
thank you.
What's your name?
His name is is Lou.
Hi, Lou. What is your name? I am Cletha, and
Oh.
this is Stinky, and this is Echo, and the one way back there huffing and puffing, that is Calder.
We really
So
gotta get
what
Calder on like
is
a
your name?
cardio regimen.
I'm
That feels
Victor
unnecessarily
Marchand.
pejorative.
Sorry, hold
What
on.
did you say?
I'm Victor Marchand.
Victor Marson? Is that the one word, two words?
It's 2 words.
Calder, make a history check.
Yeah, I'll do that.
It
I
is
know.
very nice to meet you.
I know hoity-toity names.
Hail and well met.
Stinky goes,
Rah.
Uh,
It paused
Well-
on a 20 for a while.
I know.
I'm gonna throw this out there to our lovely DM. She is not using her birth surname.
In that case, I was going to ask you what he got.
12
If it's a
hits.
totally made up name, with a 12, I don't think he gets to know that it's a totally made up name, but I don't think he gets to know anything about it.
Her mother's maiden name.
Okay. Yeah, you don't have any knowledge of that, and unfortunately you didn't roll a high enough to know whether or not it's a fake name.
It seems totally legit.
It seems legit. It could happen. Like, there are a lot of families out there. Who can keep track?
Mm-hmm. Echo was just like,
Actually,
it could be an
will
old
say-
family. If it is, it's from part of the lens I do not care about.
I will say that Jeff probably that Calder probably knows enough that Marchand is like Smith. It means merchant, so probably a merchant family.
Echo's just leaning on Stinky with an arm, just watching Victoire
Just, like,
continue to chop up
chopping
the pieces. And he's gonna pull Creetha down a little bit and be like, I think we're making our new friend a little nervous.
I don't need to. I don't even have weapons out.
Stinky
No,
licks
no,
his own eyeball.
Yes.
Lou is actively watching Stinky and can't do that, but tries. It ends up with like a circle, like just a circle turn.
Can I pet your dog?
Yeah. Don't bite.
We'll walk up, offer like a back of a hand to be sniffed, and then
That's good,
I mean,
Stinky. Look.
is there metal
That's
fur
good.
or is it just like solid metal?
There is some like texturization, but it's not like fur. It's more like hammered leather. Like, you know how like you can like make it look like it's fur, but it's like it's just like drawn on. It's like that.
We'll still pet the dog, who is like, Echo has to reach up. This dog's like a timber wolf size, or this wolf is like timber wolf size, right?
So she's like somewhere between like 6'5" and 6'8", depending on, you know, whether or not she's like kind of hunched over a little bit, because she can hunch down because she is big. And the dog comes up to about her waist. So it might be bigger than
You're probably looking
Echo.
up. Yeah.
Yeah. No, at the shoulders, it's definitely taller than Echo is.
Yeah. She's gonna proceed to cut the body up into like 13 bits, and then is gonna start burying one of the bits here and puts the rest into a bag in order to bury in other locations.
Charming.
Did you have a cart or something? There
Also,
was some
side note,
tracks, right?
I'm gonna go through it. Like, I'm gonna like loot the body too while I'm cutting it apart, obviously. Yeah, that way.
What brings you to the road outside Waterdeep?
So Jacob here was being a menace to society. There were some murders and he wasn't willing to do rehab.
How extra legal is this process?
I got paid to do it.
I was about to say, that's kind of funny of you to ask, Calder.
No, it's not. That's not a judgment. I'm just wondering.
So you're a bounty hunter.
For specific types of bounties, yeah. I'm a monster hunter. Yeah.
That's really cool. I think that's very
Monster.
neat.
Oh, that kind of monster.
You
Where you
know
headed?
what? It would be a great time for everybody to take break and maybe have like really late lunch. Would you like to join us for some lunch? It's road food, but and we may not have a lot of it, but you look like you could use a break.
About that
Maybe a
time.
change of clothes. I don't have anything that would fit you, unfortunately.
No,
I don't think we would put your leg in this.
I have a cart that has extra. It's fine. Yeah. Sure.
Might as well.
Good.
It's a beautiful afternoon.
Calder, can you cart the carriage around and you know, I think that our good friend Buttershoulder should meet our new friend, right? Everybody be friends.
Barnabas will
Especially when
arrive.
they have giant axes and they are huge. You are very large.
Oh, thank you.
Barnabas will arrive now over the shoulder. He was walking rather than running, and looks
Leaving
down
the horse in the garage.
and like notes the large amount of blood in the area and the sack that is also dripping blood that is in Victoire's hands, and he just kind of looks and then looks at Echo.
Looks at Echo.
We've got company for lunch.
He looks at the
And
sack
Victoire
again.
will do this.
He looks at the sack again, looks back at Echo and says, "What's for lunch?"
Oh, no. Just like goes over and in quick words explains to Barnabas everything that just happened. But yeah,
Quick question, M. How many bodies total? Is it just the one?
This one's just the one.
Okay.
Yeah,
And-
it didn't get like fully rooted in the community. It was like a transplant. So.
And you said that they cut it into 13 pieces. That's what you said.
I mean, I wasn't exactly counting. I was petting the dog. Wolf. Lou.
Right.
Lou.
That thing.
You pet a Lou.
I mean, come on. Look at it. Is that
don't-
not the coolest wolf you've ever seen?
Look,
The dog has decided to try to lick its own eye again and is back to spinning, just like trying.
I
It's about-
have worked metal for probably before your several greats grandparents were born. I look at that and I don't know what I'm seeing. He looks at the wolf again and he kind of like backs up a little bit. I'm sure it's perfectly pleasant, but
she touches Durgadin and goes, "What about you? You see anything like this Lou before?
Well, that was very quiet.
Did you see
No, I
anything?"
heard it.
Well, she was trying to be quiet, but I was too quiet.
Stage whisper.
Stage whisper. Did you see anything like this before?
Let's move on to camp before I volunteer to cook.
So Durgadin is also unaware of whatever it is that has created this. Durgadin is aware of complex machinery that has existed, and Durgadin like has some knowledge of metal creatures, but it wasn't like something he made. So he is more fascinated rather than disgusted, as Barnabas seems to be.
I was going to say, Durgadin's, left-hand guy animated objects left and right. Like,
like it was a fetish.
Probably was.
It was his thing. He's at least seen like animated armor and shit like that.
So really quick though, M, is this wolf, is it like just animated armor like a warforged, or is it like a mechanical creature?
Oh, it's fully mechanical.
Yeah, that's what okay, so that's the difference that Barnabas is seeing.
Yeah, it's a robot.
Yeah.
It's a big wolfy robot.
It's the best robot.
It's the best robot.
Barnabas is not that kind of dwarf. That's not that game, despite the fact that that's how it was tagged at the beginning of this stream.
So yeah,
Throwback.
setting up for lunch. Echo offers to like cure wounds if.
Oh yes, please.
Yes. Yes.
Victoire will like have some moments of like direction be hard, and then we'll go find her carriage, and we'll like move it, like we'll hook the wolf up to it. If anyone follows, we'll hook the wolf up to it, and the wolf will like pull it. Like she's not riding in it because she will crush the wolf, but the wolf will pull like this small carriage around.
I believe it's a cart, yes?
Yeah, I think it's just a cart. I'm double checking.
All good. Either way, but I just want to make sure that we're clear.
So while Victoire is off gathering her things, Echo is going to go over to Kretha and be like, "Are you nervous because of the axe, or is like, are tall, bloody people just like your thing?"
It's very tall. I don't know what I was expecting. I heard fighting, and I don't know. Fascinating. Very what would be the word? What's the word?
Hot?
Incoming.
No.
No.
Yeah, I'm just trying to read you right about this. Are you
Tiring?
just
like very she seems more nervous than we do.
I don't know. You seem very nervous. Are you okay?
It was I mean, it's just very tall, big wolf. I don't know how to handle this at all. I've never seen anything like her at all. I mean, what do we do now?
I mean, at this point, Kretha, you not seeing a thing is essentially your motto, so I don't know what to say.
Hey!
Rude.
I mean, aside from the bloody combat we stumbled upon, it's just meeting another person on the road. Maybe we're heading in the same direction, maybe we're not. But if we are, safety in numbers.
That's true. I'm not good at this. Usually I'm not running with anyone, or I'm being directed to run. And
are we not going to talk about the part where they chopped a body into tiny pieces? Are we just gonna gloss over that?
We were collecting a bounty on a murderer. Like, that sounds like legitimate work to me.
So the cart comes around with Lou like fully high stepping like he's a show pony, because Lou's be like that. And then Victoire taps the side of the cart, and like a full grill pulls out, and is like, okay. It's spelled with Lou. It's Lou with a P, just
right,
for clarification.
She's impressive. I've never seen anything like it, and it's not like dancing tables. It's she's practical.
So
no wonder you're so mad, Calder.
I can cook, but I don't know if you could eat it.
Oh, we have plenty of food stored. Don't feel any pressure to share if you think it might be poisonous to us. I don't know.
And it's a like a portable campfire.
It's very neat.
Like she says that she like like I can light it if
I didn't even know you could do that. But I mean, giant metal dog and portable campfire?
Lou looks so pleased that you're talking about him. He's like, "This is amazing. Thank you. Yes, love him."
Yeah, I mean, we're sitting down to a late lunch. It'll
If
probably help to
if
sit down a
you
bit.
want to
Did
use
you?
it, folds up so that it doesn't leave camp circles.
Did
It's
you
about-
make
Are we
this?
resting for the
Did
day?
you make the dog? Did you make Lou?
Yes. Well, I had some
What?
help. My I had yeah.
You can make such things.
Mm.
Yeah, he's
It does seem,
He's an-
Jeff, it does seem like the we're kind of circling the carts for now and settling down to take a rest. Yes.
Then Calder is going to like reach into a bag at the side and just bring out 3 different little bundles.
You're not making more animals, are you?
No, he's deploying all 3 for the day because they
Nice.
go away. They're restored at dawn, and they're 3 giant cuddle buddy. All 3 of them, regardless, they'll be
So-
fuzzy and they love me.
So I'm gonna ask you to roll
He needs
twice.
his love.
I'm gonna ask you to roll twice. But one of them comes out as a giant, like, rhinoceros stag beetle.
So cuddly.
Oh,
Yeah, one of them comes out as one of those big old like stag beetles. We have a 2. Hold on, I should probably like.
and a 3, and 3 has a 3 we've rolled before. That's the badger.
Like a big stag beetle, like it'll fit on the palm of your hand still, or like medium size? Like what are we
No,
talking?
like a stag beetle. A stag beetle. Let's call it the size of like a Scotty dog. It's
Okay,
small
like, so-
sized, but
Yeah.
it's hefty. Like, yeah.
It's like a cat.
but
size.
it's not too big that'll get crushed by its own shell.
No, not that big. Although, fantasy.
It's getting there.
You did a 2 and a 3. Awesome. So you get a badger and a giant rat.
Oh, sweet.
And it's a black rat. And for just a second, Echo's like, wait, no.
Yeah.
No.
There's more than one black rat in the world.
There's more than one out there.
Oh, but Echo
Also,
like,
this one's a giant rat. It's very much a different size.
Echo sees Victoire like hesitant. Light the fire. Echo says, "Light that fire. I've been keeping a treat since we left Waterdeep. Let me go grab it out of the carriage." And he goes and he gets
Awesome. Thank you.
a bag of.
This is petting the rat. This is Fizzlebits. Pets the badger. This is Face Chomper.
Accurate.
Aw, Face Chomper. Nice to see you.
You're not
again.
going to pet the beetle? What's wrong with you?
The beetle's
He'd love to.
the beetle is new. I'm thinking Chip.
He's very cute. He reminds
Mr.
me of some of the creatures I see on show.
I will
outside.
dub the stag beetle Chip and cuddle it.
Chip
Maybe
and
we should-
Stinky get along famously.
So
Like
much.
the two of them hang out for the majority, unless ordered otherwise, obviously. Chip
Never
hangs out with
mind that
Stinky
in
pretty much
actuality,
consistently.
Stinky would be eating Chip, but yes. In this
Well, that's the
case,
even
Chip is
Stinky knows.
magical, Stinky's magical, so they're
They
friends. not
instinctively
food.
read each other as friendlies.
I
Yeah.
feel like Chip should be on Calder's shoulder for some reason. Anyway,
So
Something on your back.
Victoria is going to strike and like the grill is gonna light up the way it lights up in like the way that grills light up in commercials.
like perfectly in concert, all the
Like
different.
perfectly in concert, even flame all the way across. And then she's gonna go, oh, and then go like pull a small log out of the back of the carriage, shove it under the front of the carriage, and unhook Lou so Lou can play.
So there's this confection that you make with
Okay.
Sugary syrup. If you heat it a certain way and then cool it a certain way, we need sticks. Somebody get, and then Echo shows a bag of marshmallows he got from Waterdeep and like shares the joy of campfire marshmallows with everyone.
Love that.
Calder is prepping one of his nightly rituals, which is just like collecting their water supplies, cleaning them, and so on. Essentially, setting up the showers.
This is, by the way, you're looking at this grill, and it is a incredibly tightly contained flame. Yeah? it is like, no matter how good you are at woodcraft, this flame is the exact same shape and maintains consistent shape and size rather than flickering. This is
always
a
wanted to say this.
marvel.
I've always wanted to say this in game. What sorcery is this?
Science. It holds about 8 to 10 meat patties if you fit them specific ways. If you want, I prefer meat on a stick though, and then there's like
This
a
is
flank steak that's like on a skewer.
This is fantastic. My deepest compliments to its maker. This is great.
Thank you.
You made this?
Yeah,
This is fantastic.
it was like a project before I went and lived with my godmother. I worked on it with my mom.
That's
You're a hell of a crafts person.
See my mom.
How
I
old
love-
are you? I mean, relatively, I guess, because technically I'm not very old in the
Yeah, we've
bedroom,
had you're trudging into an old conversation because two
Eh.
goblins and human, our ages are very odd.
like,
Well,
are you
tiefling,
young at
but
top?
human age.
Are you mid? Are you like?
Echo is spending most of the time just watching Kretha like stumble over her words and just like,
I also ship this, but
Echo's still trying to figure out what.
It's okay if you don't know, but
I spent a lot of like I went to live with my godmother very young and then time.
Okay, that did not help at all, but it's still good.
It's a
I
fair
have
answer.
more
You're
than
out
30.
in the world. I'll assume you are not a child.
I am not a child. No, I no,
good.
no.
All
no,
right, then I
no.
don't feel creepy. Okay.
I think spinster.
Spinster.
I don't spin.
Nice.
Well, no, that's not true. I do spin, but not all the time, because job.
That's the weird comment where
Unmarried.
they try and think that other women who don't
Wait,
have
what?
partners are.
What was that?
Unmarried.
Yeah. So this is your job. Where is it going to be taking you next? Are you heading north or south?
Well, generally just kind of wandering. I was heading northish, and then got detoured because
you had to kill a monster.
Shake's bloody back.
Mhm.
And
So presumably you would have to, if it's a bounty, you would have to collect it.
it was a upfront.
Ah, that's not a bounty hunter.
I mean,
That's an assassin.
have you worked as a bounty hunter before, Calder?
In royal parlance, a bounty hunter is one that you pay upon delivery. An assassin demands it up front.
So Rob, do I have rumors of shit up north that I'm assuming I have rumors of shit up north, like a dragon or some shit?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
and possibly other of these things.
You're traveling north. We're traveling.
Yeah. We'll go with that. We'll say.
Again, no judge,
We'll
again.
say Tribor. We'll say there is a lead on a mark or a bounty, as it were, in Tribor.
Someone that might be amicable to rehab.
We'll get to that bridge when we get to that bridge.
Got you.
Again, no judgment. I don't care what what you do to get paid. It's we live in
honestly,
a very We live in a very strange
don't
world.
care what you think. So
Yeah, that's fine.
To not
I-
caring.
To not caring.
You're not caring.
But seriously, Calder, try the marshmallow.
Fine.
You'll like it. You'll like it. Trust me.
I have had this before. Okay.
So Vic. Oh, I'm
This
going
is
to
not,
say-
that's it.
So-
Like I have had this before.
Victor- I cannot say your name. Can I call you Vicky or something else? I don't know. Help me with your name. I'm not it's the accent. Victor.
it's
Victor-
Victor, like Vic,
What?
like victory, like victory.
Victory. Vic.
Vic, yeah, sure.
Vic. Good. That's that. Anyway, what was I going to say? I was going to ask if you found your job fulfilling. That sounded like a normal question.
it is a way of life,
Yes.
and
Have you been doing it for a while? Seems like you trained as a craftsperson, not a hunter.
well, when
That's a good question.
when I was with my parents, the crowd, yeah, and then like puberty
Mhm.
happened, and they were like, you have to be a well-rounded woman, so we're sending you to your godmother's house. And then
You don't look that around.
Oh, you see those pecs and
Like Calder just like spits his drink into his
completely
cup
red,
and
like just like red, just
I don't mean any offense. You are a very impressive silhouette, especially with that axe. That it's meant
you
as a
should
compliment.
you should see my gun.
What's
Your
a
what?
gun?
So she pulls this object off of her back. It's about almost 4 feet long. It's about the size of a very long, heavy crossbow,
Mhm.
without the crossbow, like the bar that makes it a crossbow. Yeah.
There's something wrong with your crossbow. Let me see. Do you need enough hair? I would think you would be really good at that.
Oh no, it's fine. Oh, there's she like picks a target off in the distance and then just like raises it and then like fires a bolt.
And does it make the big sound that guns make?
No, it sounds like a crossbow.
Sounds like a crossbow. It doesn't
It
sound
sounds
like,
like it sounds like a crossbow.
So it doesn't sound like okay. Does it fire a bolt or like a
It fires a like an 8-inch bolt from like, it's not like in a shaft tubey thing. It's like on the top, on the racer, right before Creetha would notice, like right before she pulls the trigger, there was
Yeah.
no bolt there. And then when she
Yeah.
pulls the trigger, a bolt goes. And then like you can notice that the mechanism like resets itself, so it's automatically like ready to be pulled again.
Craftsman.
There's like the very faintest sound of like ticking clockwork, like very, very faint.
It's
Hunter.
It reminds me
thought
of a
my
gun
crossbow
blunderbuss,
was cool.
but it shoots crossbow bolts, so it's much more intricate.
I thought mine was Durgan, and I still love you, but that's crazy.
I can't turn into one of those.
You named her crossbow?
It's more
He
complicated.
came with
than
a
Oh
name.
no, she was talking to me. He
Can
says
I hear him even
aloud.
though I'm not touching him?
No, he will say that out loud.
Like even though I'm not touching him?
Yeah, no, he will say it out loud audibly, like using vibrations in the air.
We do like Echo and Calder do not react.
Does he say it in common but not
No,
Dwarven, or does he say it
it'll be in
Dwarven?
common. Yeah.
Okay, cool, because I can't
No.
speak Dwarven.
No, they're talking to me.
You speak. You speak. You
He
speak.
spoke
common.
before.
I've done it once or twice.
I'm gonna like
No.
I'm gonna
Yes.
look at Kretha. Victoria's gonna look at Kretha and like kind of shock, switch, and like say in Sylvan, why do you have a possessed weapon? And it has like no like weird stuttering and shit.
Cool. In Sylvan, does this count as Elvish?
No.
No, it's a
No,
separate
so-
language.
Cool.
You have no
I do
idea.
not speak Sylvan. I speak Elvish.
Give
Actually,
me
no, I don't
no.
speak Elvish. That's
Let's
Clarion.
talk.
My brain was thinking something else.
Oh yeah.
You don't
That's
even.
Yeah, no, I was looking through something and
All
I
good.
was
All good.
I've heard that tongue spoken, but I don't recognize it.
Swamp s'mores. Then she will
very
take
complicated.
like 3 marshmallows at a time and just like
It
Now say,
carries
"Tubby bunny."
it carries the soul of a long dead dwarven king. His name is Durgadin. Durgadin, say hello.
Greetings.
I'm gonna make a history roll.
Yes, please do. 100%.
But I'm gonna take a -5 to this.
Okay, that's
Whatever I
fair.
thought was going to happen this particular session, I did not expect this. I will say,
This is excellent.
I didn't expect Kretha to react.
Oh,
any
man.
way. Please react.
I have absolutely a 0 on the die clue.
So we are rapidly approaching the 3-hour mark.
Yeah.
Do we want to continue the conversation or do we want to go ahead and wrap up? What do you feel?
I have to skip on whatever the talk back show is. So I'm probably gonna have to call it soon because I
think-
either have a dental appointment or I have to get up and cancel the dental appointment. It's one of those things.
It's very late over on the East Coast. I get you. What do you think, Em?
I think this is a good point, like to wrap it up at this point, where it's just like I've made a check to see if I know what Durgadin is, and this is what my face goes.
You're like, what?